New Japan Pro Wrestling invades the Tokyo Dome for the biggest show of the year. For the first time ever, the spectacle will take place over the span of 2 days. Today, we're breaking down New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom Night 1 right here on JtoZ TV. January 4th, 2020, 40,008 people crammed into the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan. This is night 1 of New Japan Pro Wrestling's granddaddy of them all. This is Wrestle Kingdom Night 1. Guys, I'm your host, JtoZ TV Dad, and we're here in the JtoZ TV Pro Wrestling Control Center. Let's break it down. Kicking things off, it's a pre-show match, guys. Alex Coughlin, Clark Connors, Carl Fredericks, and Toa Henare are taking on Togi Makabe, Tamako Hamna, Yota Tsuji, and Yuya Uemura. Dojo wars are in full force here as the warring Japanese and LA dojos add another chapter in their rivalry that's been brewing for quite some time now. These guys have been wrestling on the undercard of Road 2 shows and things like that for months now. And it's pretty nice to see Great Bash Heel in there in a role to help bring along the young guys. Pretty cool, actually. Fredericks looks pretty solid here, actually. Good stiff work from the young guys throughout the match, and the LA Dojo guys do a good job of feeding and bumping for Makabe, especially a couple times in a couple key little spots. Hamna's headbutt is going to end up getting a nice big spot reaction from the crowd. And then Toa Henare and Tsuji are going to end up alone in the ring with everyone else brawling around. Tsuji taps Henare in a Boston Crab and refuses to let go until he just gets the crap just chopped out of him. So he's going to end up just spearing Connors down to retaliate. Toa Henare is going to finish Tsuji with the Toa bottom for the pin at 7 minutes and 36 seconds. The Young Lions actually brought it here, guys, and they actually did shine and impressed me. Solid opener, 2 1/4 star. Moving on to our next match. Manabu Nakanashi and Yuji Nagata are teaming up to take on the team of Ten Koji. The veterans are going at it here with a lot of Tokyo Dome history between these floors, including Tenzin and Kojima actually main eventing against each other at one point. These guys are going to get right to work. No wasted motion as the old-timers are constantly moving here, striking or suplexing each other. It's short, but these four know how to maximize their minutes for sure, and it's sure fun watching how much these guys actually get out of the 5 minutes or so that they have. Nakanashi ends up surviving a 3D and kicks out at 2. But Kojima finishes him off with a big lariat for the pin at 5 minutes and 47 seconds. This is another fun, solid match. Like I said, they managed to get a lot out of not a lot of time. 2.5 stars. And here we go. This is the actual opening match to the Wrestle Kingdom main show itself. In the opening bout, the Greats. This is a big one because it's, as we all know, this is Jushin Thunder Liger's weekend this is it for his career. This is his retirement weekend, and this is his first of his 2 nights of retirement matches. So opening up the show, pretty historic moment here. The Great Sasuke, Tatsumi Fujinami, Tiger Mask 4, and Jushin Thunder Liger are taking on Naoki Sano, Ryosuke Taguchi, Shinjiro Otani, and Tatsuhito Takaiwa. And what an awesome visual and moment it is to have Jushin Thunder Liger, the living legend who is so important to the history of pro wrestling. He's wrestling here in one of his 2 retirement matches, as I just stated, and he's being surrounded by a multitude of absolute legends and Ryosuke Taguchi, but whatever. Match quality doesn't matter here. This is nostalgia at its finest and a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence. Liger gets an absolute hero's welcome here, and Sano and Liger are going to work in a nice sequence, and Sano actually hits a tope suicida on Liger onto the floor, which is really impressive at his age here. Liger actually gives his old rivals a lot of chances to shine on him here. And you can tell that the old guys are really enjoying themselves in the match, which is really fun to watch. We're going to get a neat spot if Fujinami gets a hot tag and just starts handing out dragon screws and dragon sleepers to everybody. And then in comes the great Sasuke, and he's going to miss a swanton bomb off the top rope. And then Sano actually ends up superplexing Sasuke down from the top rope. Liger and Taguchi are in now, and Liger brings Taguchi down with a top rope run, and everything breaks down. And then Liger's going to end up eating Taguchi's ridiculous Bomaye, which is like his take on Nakamura's Bomaye. And then Taguchi ends up pinning Liger with the Dodon. What the heck? I guess it's the only guy in the match that actually made sense to catch a win on the legend. Taguchi's got to wrestle there still. Everybody else is just making one-offs. Liger is the man and the definition of professional here, letting everyone else enjoy the moment. Of course, he's going to have the spotlight on him, but he let everybody else just enjoy their time being in the ring. The old-timers getting another chance to shine, and then he puts Taguchi over, goes out on his back on the way out. Awesome stuff that way over-delivered considering who was involved. This one went 8 minutes and 52 seconds. I'm going to give it 3 stars. Pretty fun stuff. Up next, the 4th match on the card, we're going to have 8-man tag action as Bushi, Evil, Sanada, and Shingo Takagi are going to take on El Desperado, Minoru Suzuki, Taichi, and Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. ends up meeting Sanada on night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom for the Rev Pro Championship, so this is a preview of tomorrow's matchup. We're going to get a wild start with everyone brawling, and Suzuki ends up using a steel chair on Evil out on the floor. Shingo Takagi really shines during the sequences that he and Taichi end up sharing in the ring, and the dude really carries himself like a star. And Takagi, he just works like a maniac too. Crazy good worker. Taichi ain't no slouch either, guys. Sanada ends up putting El Desperado in the old Paradise Lock to the usual big reaction that move always gets. Zack Sabre Jr. and Sanada are going to end up working a little preview of their match tomorrow, but they don't do too much, which is pretty smart. Zack Sabre Jr. ends up trapping Bushi in an omoplata for the tap out at 8 minutes and 39 seconds. This really felt like a match from a Road 2 show, though, but the work was still very good and solid, so we're going to go 2.5 stars. Alright, and up next, the Bad Luck Fale, Chase Owens, Kenta, and Yujiro Takahashi, the Bullet Club, are taking on Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, and Yoshihashi, the Team of Chaos. The Chaos and Bullet Club rivalry continues here as Kenta and Goto will meet tomorrow for the Never Openweight Championship. Yano is going to insist on starting things here until he's absolutely horrified to start with Bad Luck Fale. But nobody will let him tag out now in a kind of neat little spot there. Fale and Yano are going to do some great little comedy work before Yano finally tags out to Yoshihashi. We're going to get a pretty standard match here with one little highlight as Goto actually ends up getting Fale up and drops him with a huge brain buster, and it looked like he just deadweight picked Fale up and dropped him legit. Pretty sweet looking visual there. Goto ends up pinning Takahashi after the GTR at 8 minutes and 17 seconds. 8 minutes and 17 seconds, that's how you pronounce that. Very quick, very basic match, 2.25 star. Our 6th match of the show is for the IWGP Tag Team Championships as the Gorillas of Destiny are defending against Juice Robinson and David Finlay. Juice is one of the absolute best babyfaces in wrestling, up there with Cody Rhodes as the cream of the crop. Brawl on the ramp to start here, and Juice is going to end up taking a massive back body drop on the big ramp. Really impressive bump. You guys have to check that one out there. Juice has an awesome fiery babyface comeback off a hot tag from Finlay that really is the highlight of the match here. Watching him fire up and nobody really grasps a comeback quite like Juice Robinson, I would say, actually. The dude gets it. He just has that old school babyface fire, and there's something about him. He really does connect with the Japanese audience in particular very well. This tag division is just severely depleted, though. I don't know what they're going to do to overhaul this division. It needs an injection of something. Finlay is going to end up countering the Super Bomb with a Rana that gets a very nice reaction, but Jado ends up hitting him with the kendo stick for a near fall that ends up popping the crowd as they're very enthusiastic when Finlay kicks out. Finlay ends up getting a stunner, but the pin is broken up. Jado eats the left hand of God, though, from Juice Robinson, and he just starts handing left hands of God out. Left hand of God, right hand of God. Pulp Friction connects. Acid drop. 1, 2, 3. We've got new tag team champions at 13 minutes and 25 seconds. There was a very good story told here. David Finlay actually has something, I think, as a plucky babyface, and Juice Robinson is worth all of the money as one of the best babyfaces in the entire business. Pairing those two up is a good decision from Gato, as obviously maybe some of that charisma, some of that magic that Juice Robinson has, it is wearing off on David Finlay. I like them as a team. 3 stars for the Tag Team Championship bout. Next up, it's the IWGP United States Championship. It's a Texas Deathmatch as Lance Archer lays the title on the line against Jon Moxley. Of course, these guys, the history behind this matchup. Moxley was the United States champion because of the hurricane issues last fall. He wasn't able to travel to Japan for a title defense against Juice Robinson. And due to that, he was stripped of the championship. A championship replacement match was made immediately with Archer as one of the top contenders, taking on Juice Robinson. Archer ended up becoming the champion, and here we are today. And ladies and gentlemen, Lance Archer is finally coming into his own. My wife had never seen him before, and she was completely mesmerized by his just his Brody / Suzuki act of just whooping young lions and acting like a psychotic savage. We're going to get chairs, Singapore canes, trash can lids, and even those cute little Japanese tables. They're all going to be involved here. And of course, the rules to this match, before I go any further, you must answer a 10 count. It's basically a last man standing match, although I do believe you can win by submission as well. Stiff brawl as Archer just wears Moxley out with the Singapore cane here, welting his back up pretty badly. Moxley takes the blackout onto a set of open chairs. It's just a crazy, cringy spot. Archer even produces a plastic bag at one point and tries to suffocate Jon Moxley with it. And But he combines this by putting the plastic bag under his hand while he applies an iron claw submission, basically. Jesus, it's just a crazy spot. Moxley ends up drilling Archer here with a paradigm shift double arm DDT off of the ring apron to the floor through 2 of those Japanese tables in a really sick bump. Archer's head puts an entire hole right through one of the tables. And upon replay, you can see that the legs caught him in the stomach awkwardly as he takes the bump off the apron. Plus, he ends up bleeding profusely somehow in the aftermath. Moxley makes it back into the ring, but Archer cannot make the referee's 10 count, which means Jon Moxley is victorious, and he is the new IWGP United States champion. This was a great, brutal brawl, very believable. I have a feeling that bag spot was something that Jon Moxley came up with. That just seems like something right out of his book. I don't know. The Lance Archer, I feel like he's kind of a sicko too. I think he could have come up with something gloriously sick like that as well. Lance Archer, speaking of Lance Archer, he is truly a star, and this was a star-making performance from him. Moxley went out of his way to give Archer quite a bit. A few more minutes, I think, would have kicked this into just absolutely unforgettable territory. You know what? I had it at 3 3/4 of a star, but upon reflection, I really enjoyed this matchup. I like what they did here. A very believable brawl. Very kind of different from the brawls that Moxley has with guys like Darby Allin and Joey Janela in AEW, which was fun to see because he's wrestling a different breed of wrestler here. They went 14 minutes and 26 seconds, and I'm going to give them 4 stars. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship is on the line next as Will Ospreay defends the title against Hiromu Takahashi. It's a very interesting story here as Ospreay's head is just swelling up. I mean, he's been a dominant junior heavyweight champion here, even competing with heavyweights, while Hiromu has been out of action for a year and a half with a career-threatening neck injury. That sickening bump he took at the hands of Dragon Lee, we all remember back in 2018. Ugh. Ospreay is one of the best wrestlers in the entire world. That just goes unsaid though, right? Mind-blowing sequence early as Ospreay tries a Sasuke special to the floor, but Hiromu's going to move. Ospreay lands on his feet. Takahashi immediately tries to German suplex him on the floor on the ramp. Ospreay's going to land on his feet and end up charging at Hiromu, who's going to catch him and attempt an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. But Ospreay goes between the bottom and second rope of the ring as he gets overhead belly-to-belly suplex. He hits the ropes in one fluid motion and comes back, finally hitting the Sasuke special. An insane spot that I don't think many people in the business could actually pull off. I was marking out. My wife was marking out. You guys got to see that spot. It was one of the things that made the match so memorable. But what really stuck out was the substance of the match and Ospreay's work in particular. He plays the heel rightfully so, as he is probably a natural heel. He just works Takahashi's injured neck here and does a tremendous job of it. Hidden Blade is going to connect for a very believable near fall as a result because of his work on that neck eventually. The crowd firmly gets behind Hiromu thanks to their work also, and just Ospreay, tremendous stuff, guys. His facial expressions, he's really starting to put it all together. Crazy shooting star press from Ospreay here as Hiromu's on all fours trying to recover, and Ospreay just crushes Hiromu's back. Time Bomb shockingly connects by Takahashi, but that's only going to get 2. So Takahashi's going to debut a brand new finisher, a modified Emerald Flosion. And Ospreay just sells this thing like death. 1, 2, 3, and Takahashi completes the return to win the Junior Heavyweight Championship once again. Absolutely phenomenal match. Amazing high spots here. Spectacularly structured stuff. Believable, and it had some fantastic psychology. And what a story these guys told. Spots you wouldn't believe. Nearly a flawless bout. 4 3/4 of a star. The IWGP Intercontinental Championship is being defended with major implications next as Jay White defends against Tetsuya Naito, and the winner of this match will move on tomorrow night on night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom to face the winner of the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship as Okada battles Ibushi next. And tomorrow the first ever double champion will be crowned in IWGP history. Jay White's a great heel, but I'm still not sold on his work in the ring. And right away, Naito's going to try to get under Jay's skin here immediately. Jay White's going to try to do some old school Larry Zbyszko-esque stalling. So Naito's just going to grab Gato by the beard on the floor and threaten to punch him in the face. Jay White doesn't even attempt to make the save, which is funny and very, very fitting as he just stands there. So this leads to a nice little starting sequence here as the guys test each other on the ring. I like the way that they started it by just jumping each other and getting right into it. The pace is definitely going to be a big change, though, from the previous match, and that's sorely needed because you're not going to be able to follow Ospreay and Takahashi. and do the same style of match here. And plus, you want to kind of reset the palette. These guys kind of got a crappy spot to work in here. So let's see what they make of it. Naito's knee is going to end up being targeted here by Jay White, and they're going to do a great job of building Naito's comeback up as Jay White just continually cuts him off over and over, working the people into a frenzy until Naito finally makes the big comeback, and the roof ends up coming off the Tokyo Dome. Red Shoes ends up getting bumped into the corner. Here comes Jado for interference. Jay hits Naito with a steel chair. Sleeper suplex connects, but Naito's going to counter out of a second one and connect with Destino. Both men are back up, and they're countering and re-countering stuff here, guys. This is counter wrestling at its best. Poison Rana connects from Naito. A second Destino connects, but Jay White's going to kick out at 2.999. Third Destino is blocked, so Naito just lifts him and drops him right on his head. And then he's going to connect with a third Destino. 1, 2, 3 at 33 minutes and 45 seconds. Tetsuya Naito is your winner, and he is the new Intercontinental Champion. He will face the winner of Okada and Ibushi, whoever's the IWGP World Champion. Naito will face him tomorrow night in the first ever double crown match. These guys switched it up, and they worked a very American style match, I think here. Slower paced match in general, to maybe kind of change gears after the Junior Heavyweight Championship match, and that makes obvious sense. Jay White still doesn't have the nuances down as a top heel, but his in-ring work was good here. Good storytelling and psychology, and the storytelling is subtlety here as Naito needing 3 Destinos to beat Jay White. I think that sets up a nice little story thread for tomorrow. Can Naito win with Destino? The match did seem kind of plodding in a few spots, though, so we're going to go 3.5 stars. Still not disappointing in the least. This is a big one, guys. The IWGP Heavyweight Championship. The main event of the night is Kazuchika Okada defends the championship against Kota Ibushi. Okada's going to get an amazing entrance here. I absolutely loved his entrance. Very epic stuff here. And they take their time with this one as Ibushi and Okada spend nearly 15 minutes settling into some very nice fundamental mat work. The storytelling is so nuanced and just absolutely rich in subtleties. This is high art, and it's high art at its wrestling finest. Okada's going to try to strike with Ibushi here, but that proves to be a mistake. The technical work is just flawless, and the storytelling unparalleled as Okada slowly tries to frustrate Ibushi. And then when he finally succeeds, Ibushi gets this stone cold, expressionless look on his face and just starts beating the living hell out of Okada with some of the stiffest yet safest looking blows you'll ever see. Scary, scary spot as Ibushi sticks Okada with a bastard driver that looks like it just sticks Okada's dome right into the canvas. This thing is absolutely incredible, though. Ibushi eats an apron tombstone at one point, but he fires back with a pair of Bomaye's for a very, very near fall. And a splendid little bit of storytelling. Ibushi blows the Phoenix Splash once again, and Okada hits a series of Rainmakers but can't put Ibushi away. So Ibushi busts out a V-trigger, but he ends up getting caught in a sit-out tombstone, and another Rainmaker finally puts Ibushi away at 39 minutes and 15 seconds. This was top-notch pro wrestling with storytelling layered like a damn onion, layer upon layer of beautiful, violent, puroresu, strong style, fighting spirit, greatness. 2 of the best wrestlers on the planet executing an epic with an amazing finishing sequence that built and built and built, and it paid off. The false finishes were there and they hit. They were believable. I was pulled into this one, and this was like the finest pieces of the Nakamura Ibushi matches and the Okada Tanahashi classics all combined, thrown into a blender and mixed up into an awesome New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom smoothie. This is wrestling as high art. Like I said, 2020 is off to a hell of a start, guys. 5 stars for Okada and Ibushi. What's the bottom line on New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 14 Night 1? Well, the undercard felt very much like a standard Road 2 show, which was a little disappointing. But those top 4 matches absolutely delivered, and then some. Archer Moxley was a tremendously physical brawl. The Ospreay Takahashi match was jaw-droppingly good. Naito White told a solid story and set up tomorrow night very well. And Ibushi Okada was one for the record books in the annals of history. This show is an easy thumbs up and a very, very strong recommendation, guys. I can't wait for night 2. And this has been JtoZ TV, Dad, with another pro wrestling breakdown. Look for the JtoZ TV Pro Wrestling breakdown of night 2 of New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 14. Until next time, guys, I will catch you down that road and through those ropes. Thanks for watching. Shaka Khan.